said I was ready, but I actually didn't have the doc pulled up. I lied, man.
If you're a liar, do you have any secrets?
Ooh, only dirty little ones.
Well, what are the range of secrets? If there's dirty little ones, that implies that there are clean ones, but also larger ones. I got a squeaky clean giant secret. Clean. It's not as daunting.
What is a dirty little secret?
Well, we should start there
Squeaky,
because that's the episode we're doing today.
All right.
Should we do it before or after we play the intro music? Because that feels like a larger discussion.
Let's roll the music. What is going on, everybody? I'm Tom.
And I'm Pat.
We're best friends, and you're listening to the Reminiscent Podcast. Before we get into the show here, give me one quick second to thank our newest Patreon supporter, Belle Sproutington. Thank you so much for being our friend on Twitter, and thank you so much for supporting the show. It truly means the world to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you to everyone who is contributing to the show on Patreon. But hey, let's do the show. Okay, dirty little secret. So this is like, I have a crush on you, right? Or a squeaky...
I think it's like a fib.
A fib?
But dirty. A little, maybe a clean little is a fib.
Gotta have a little stank on it.
Clean little is a fib, if we had the chart in my head here.
No. I say like a clean, or like a clean big, if we're going the opposite way. Like, I anonymously donated $1 million to the NAACP. That's a clean big secret.
That's a fantastic example. I was like, I can't think of a clean big. But yeah, if you were like being altruistic, excellent point, Tom. And I am not even being jokey. That's a really good point. So I thought clean little might be a fib, but fib would be dirty. But the music video here, I think if we're going by definition of what a fib is, if you're saying dirty little is a fib, there's some heavy, dirty, large secrets. And just in the middle, neutral, chaotic confessions as well. There's a pretty wide range of, people just announcing stuff. And we'll get into the story behind the video and everything. But yeah, we're doing All American Rejects, The Dirty Little Secret. The Dirty Little Secret, like it's a play. Dirty Little Secret is the name of the song, I'm fairly certain. Okay, Move Along. They're famous now. Oh, we should be talk about them more. We say that a lot.
Oh my gosh.
But
yeah.
We've done an episode on one of our favorite music videos. We did it like a year ago. What was it? Help me out here.
From this band? Gives You Hell.
Gives You Hell. Very fun music video. And we joke a lot, too much, about how the music video for Swing Swing is just like an introduction to the band. It's like our template intro to the band, no story at all, very basic music video reference.
Sure.
Which is very unfair, I'm realizing, because the more we were looking at the music videos off of the Move Along record, I guess we should just start here, or this is the second thing we're talking about. I don't know. I'm not really going to count after this because there's so many secrets to keep track of once we get into the video. I'm going to lose myself in the numbers. But are the All American Rejects an underrated video band? MCR gets all this love, obviously deservedly so, but AAR, they've got some videos, man.
Well, they had the budget, right? They're putting out multi-platinum songs, top 40 hits. They've got the budget. They've got the resources. They've got the directors.
The directors, you say? Any big ones that I'd have heard of?
You know what's interesting? I had not heard of the director of this, and I just thought, well, they must not be that big if I haven't heard of them. Turns out, one of the biggest. Right?
Whoa. I say that like I know any name you're about to say. I don't. But
well, we know Alan Ferguson. We know
Alan?
Shane Drake.
That old gas bag? Yeah, I know him all right.
Still owes me $10, that little bastard.
I know, that son of a bitch. Typical Alan.
Well, I've got just a whole bunch of...
Reminiscent, the Reminiscent Podcast. Just riding the bit until it comes to a screeching halt, and we pause to move on to the next thing.
I was drinking
keeping
water.
It clean, keeping it flow. Don't even edit that. Just having a great time into a screeching silence as if we are in-laws at a Thanksgiving meal. Just nothing. Oh, that was a fun laugh. Let's make it worse immediately. Ouch. Okay.
Oh,
go on with the list of directors if you must.
My abs are hurting 4 minutes in. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, great music videos, great director. We've got a whole bunch of fun facts. Let's talk about the numbers in the chart ranking first of all. Double platinum. This song was everywhere, right?
Dude, yes. I don't think it can be overstated. You know, we talk about all these bands. A lot of the bands we love weren't as big.
No.
Like what we remember as being big is I think we've learned from doing the show is skewed tremendously. The All American Rejects are titans of industry. They are heavy hitting. They're not just like, oh, they're from Oklahoma. They're like this rock band. And no, they took over the world twice over. It doesn't matter anymore. Like they're set. Generational wealth, I'm sure. Just like good for them. They seem fine. But no, these hits were huge. Gives You Hell even. We were shocked when we read those numbers the last time.
I think it was 4 times platinum. It's definitely that was their biggest song to date. I did Google it to make sure it wasn't this one.
I can only imagine that Move Along itself sold well. I'm sorry, I'm sure you didn't look that up specifically, but I mean, that first record is near and dear to our hearts, or my heart, I guess, but
yeah,
Move Along maybe less so, but that doesn't mean Move Along wasn't gargantuan.
Let's look it up as I type away furiously. 2 million copies, the album itself, yeah. 90,000 for the album, 90,000 first week sales, spent 84 weeks in the top 100 chart. Yeah. I mean, 90,000 on the first week is more than some bands that we love have ever received in their lifetime of an album.
Pretty okay. They're doing all right. Yeah. It's huge, utterly huge. Very interesting.
So the song itself, two times platinum. It peaked number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Pop 100, number 9 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. A whole year and a half later, at the end of 2006, it was still at number 48 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 4 on U.S. Mainstream Top 40. And the interesting thing is that all of these numbers are from 2006. This album didn't chart, or this song, I guess, didn't chart or really make any waves in 2005, even though it was released in it was definitely June. Anyway,
yeah, it was eligible for the 2005 draft because I remember it was in our honorable mentions and we got dragged, deservedly so, for not picking it on either of our official mixtapes.
But also, go f*** yourself. Start your own podcast.
Hey! Whoa, easy there, Tom. Tom.
I haven't eaten all day. I'm really fiery right now.
Tom's hangry as shit and he's about to unload on the All American Rejects later. I can feel it. There's a scorcher coming. Calm before the storm. That awkward silence wasn't awkward. It was a silence before the rage comes. He's gonna unload on all of us. Big fat dumpy of a take, and it's gonna be delish. Okay.
Anyway, this song did chart in one more place that I think is really significant. Some random YouTubers list of best pop punk guitar riffs of all time, because I'm trying to get better at guitar, and this came up. I actually, before we even planned on doing this episode, learned this riff by ear. It's a rather simple one. Catchy as shit, though. What a way to begin a song.
I thought, can we do this now? I was going to wait till later. Can we just rank the riff real quick?
Super good? I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't set that up at all. There was no scale. Super good can be a tier. So in past album episodes, we talked about God tier, middle good or bad, type of breaking things up. For the 2000s genre, we talk about on the show, genre doesn't exist, etc., etc. But is this a God tier riff?
Yes.
On what grounds?
That everyone recognizes it.
Oh, interesting.
Like people that don't even
listen,
people that don't listen to this band, people that don't listen to like pop rock or whatever, if you heard this riff, you might not be able to say like what song it was or who the band was, but you'd at least be like, oh yeah, I've heard that before.
Interesting. We've never evaluated the merit of a riff in a vacuum before. This is new territory for the show, and recognizability is huge, but does it also make you want to move? Does it make you want to get up out of your seat as well? I don't know. There's got to be categories for this.
We have evaluated a riff in a vacuum before, and it was All American Rejects. Do you remember what was said and what Tyson Ritter responded with when he saw it on Twitter or Instagram?
Okay.
So,
okay, I remember. It wasn't a riff though. It was the solo. It was a solo. Very, very fucking different. But, oh yeah. All American Rejects, by the way, super thanks for being very involved. I remember one of our supporters, fans, Adrian, just got mercilessly dragged. He had some take about Gives You Hell on Twitter, and then the band came into the comments and just ripped him an absolute fresh new butt. And he was like, wow, yes, thanks, actual All American Rejects. Just like, cool. That was a fun interaction, I got to say. That was a nice day for us on twitter.com. But yes, I forget you. I'll let you say what he said because we were not very kind. We were like, that might be the shortest, weirdest, dumbest rip. What did we say? Help me out. My memory's worse than yours.
So this is back when our Instagram was still active. I stopped at like episode, I don't know, 182 or something. No, 172. It's been a while. I think, anyway, whatever. We had an audiogram where you were like, then the guitarist proceeds to just shred the worst guitar solo ever recorded. But you're like, but it's so awesome. We love it. And they responded, what was it? Because we tagged them in the post. He's like, you slap me and then ask me for kisses. Or slap me in the face and then ask me for kisses. And I remember you calling me like, what the does that mean?
It's weird. Yeah, because we've had Taking Back Sunday member comment on some of our stuff.
Yeah,
and
Eddie.
Yeah, sometimes it's weird when the musician responds, but sometimes it's cryptic, but also like, I don't know. I don't think it was that, but like it is dissonant. The Gives You Hell. We're not. That's not this episode, but
right.
It is like it is supposed to be perceived that way. So shades of gray. Anyway, this riff, we won't go turn it into a riffs only episode, but yeah, I'd say for the genre and the decade we talk about on the show, yeah, it would have to be one of the best, right? It'd have to be God tier. Because if not the Dirty Little Secret riff, what are we doing here?
Right.
Right. Recognizability, and does it rock?
Oh, it rocks. I think so.
Which is a loaded, it's like that could mean so many different things. Does it rock? Does it rip? Does it slap? Whatever. I get kind of mixed up with all that. With what we always describe shit on the show different from week to week, so really there's no consistency whatsoever. But is that all that to say is like it's also good, right? Like, do you enjoy it?
Well, I think I want to give my full opinion at the end of the episode.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna agree. God tier riff, because if it's not, then what else would be? Any more fun and or fast factoids?
Yes. So the whole theme of the music video is people are sharing secrets on postcards. And there's this whole backstory about the director, Marcos, Ciega something, right? When he was hired to be the director of the music video, it says he literally Googled secrets and he found a website called postsecret.com. And people, early days of the internet, or before, I guess, there were apps for this, like FML or whatever, people would send in postcards, like physical mail, to this company with their secrets on it. And the director in All American Rejects paid the company to borrow some of their postcards. They had these like museums all over the country, I guess, but they were in Allentown, Pennsylvania for some, I guess, unknown reason. And they got their hands on a bunch of these postcards. And that is what is featured in the music video. The really cool thing, though, is the company, I guess, they paid the website for some of their postcards in the video. And I guess that was all donated to the Kristen Brooks Hope Center, which is a nonprofit organization that funds a suicide hotline. And after the music video, the band auctioned off all of the postcards on eBay with all of the funds going to the Hope Center. And it's interesting because in a lot of these cards and a lot of these secrets that people really hold on to, my thought is like, man, therapy would do, I mean, everyone. Well, therapy is dope. I have 2 therapists, right? But it's cool that like they did something thoughtful and helpful with it because, I mean, it makes sense to donate to something like that, especially with some of the secrets that people really were holding on to, you know, about hating their body or not feeling loved or whatever. But we'll get more into the music video later. one thing to quickly mention about the director himself, he is an all-star. He has done Eve 6, Everclear, Goldfinger, Hoobastank. He did Last Resort by Papa Roach, Paramore's That's What You Get. For Weezer, he did Island in the Sun, Hashpipe, Beverly Hills, Dope Nose, Keep Fishin'. And he did Blink-182's What's My Age Again, Man Overboard, and All the Small Things. My favorite song of all time. He directed all those music videos. So they got a big guy at the top of his game, and this dude's still working in TV up to this day, doing most recently The Flight Attendant or something like that. So lots of star power behind this one.
Yeah, you weren't lying when you said, yeah, there's a little more behind. I mean, it's unfair for us to constantly reference All American Rejects as the band who had kind of a intro to the band snoozy swing video. It's just them playing in a bunch of different spots, because that didn't define their music video career at all. And this is kind of like, I don't know. I hate to say quote unquote the big time, but about as big as it gets, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. They were, what was it, top 4 on top 40? Like,
right.
You don't get
well,
there
I mean,
by
it's
accident,
not Taking
right?
Back Sunday recording their own mini version of Fight Club with a flip cam or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is like pretty high. I mean, the studio they're in alone, where they show the backdrop of all the postcards and everything. Like, it's sleek setup.
Yeah, and the production that went into the album as well. There was a lot of money put into this band, and I mean, they were it for a while, so they had the resources to do
still
something cool like
in our
this.
hearts.
Yeah. Well, do you want to get into a little bit of the music video? We'll kind of discuss some of the lyrics along the way, and lots to talk about in this video.
Yeah, I saw a note that someone said that Simple Plan. You said something about Simple Plan.
Oh,
because last week,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was last week. Recently, we had talked about Bowling for Soup, and how one of our friend's brothers ripped headphones off my head to listen to something, and which is I think we can agree, not like super chill thing to do. But we were riding bikes. We were just actual children. It doesn't really matter. But, he called them, for all intents and purposes, a poor man's Simple Plan, Bowling for Soup, that is. And there's another weird Simple Plan comparison today. But through the lens of the show, Simple Plan is amazing. So
oh yeah,
we're like, oh, they sound like another band we like. This is good news.
right.
I don't think that means what you think it means. That was such a bad Andre the Giant. That was such an awful. Anybody? Yeah, I want to.
Anybody want to beat that?
Yeah, that was much better. That was much better than mine. I'm gonna retire that now, right now.
So the album itself had some pretty polarizing reviews. It was mostly well accepted. Some people criticized it for being like too vanilla or formulaic. Music OMH had a really interesting comparison, like you said, only because we were talking about Simple Plan the other day. They quote, "If Simple Plan are a poor man's Green Day, the All American Rejects are a poor man's Simple Plan." And it's so fascinating because we had friends that put like Simple Plan at the bottom of the totem pole in comparison to everyone else. I've never actually heard someone compare a band like that to Simple Plan.
If we're going to get into like perceived softness or whatever, which is a flawed argument in itself that we can get to later or not, it doesn't bother me. The inaccuracy I'm not sure what line, a pretty dramatic line being drawn to call Simple Plan a poor man's Green Day. In what frame of reference would that even be close to, like, I don't know.
No, it's crazy. It's so different.
Right? Those three bands have such, I don't know. Like, who would ever have said that? Because they're both loosely punk, and Green Day like ushered in an era of softer punk. Because people hate Green Day for that, but they don't tend to hate Simple Plan for the similar things. But they're also such a different band and on so many levels. Because I don't think they even really, they were too friendly and Canadian to like pretend to be punk.
I'll say this. We listen to this genre, so we can draw lines between specific subgenres: power pop, pop rock, pop punk, right? So I see these three bands as like three completely different genres, not even like comparable. Okay. But if you go to Music OMH's website, they might have reviewed this 15 years ago, but currently, if you go to their website, the two features, their two tabs in their navigation are featured and something about opera orchestral music. So they might be speaking from like way outside the genre, which I feel like if you're going to draw these wild comparisons like Simple Plan and Green Day, I don't think your statement is valid at all.
Yeah, because people would say Green Day are like the sellout, poor man's hardcore, whatever bands they would name in some bar argument. If anything, if we're going to do poor man's anything, maybe Click 5 is the poor man's All-American Rejects.
I was just going to say that.
But right. Trick question, Adam Schlesinger wrote their hit song, so they get a pass forever because he's the GOAT.
Right.
So really, nobody's anybody's poor man's anything. So debunked. Not so blazing. Okay. Oh God, sorry. Everybody.
Is that our new binary
so
system?
Blazing.
It's either blazing or not so. I hear like a sad trombone.
Yeah. Not so blazing. Not so blazing. There, I think that's probably keep all the takes in. Keep them in. Okay. Music video, big stage, nice money behind it, like we said. The band's playing. Let's torture ourselves for a bit. Tyson Ritter versus Kenny from the starting line. Who's the better, very handsome bass playing frontman? As far as bands that we talk about on the show.
Ooh. I mean, I feel like it depends on who you ask, but I would say objectively Tyson Ritter, but I like the starting line as a band more.
Okay.
So
yes.
I think I might go for Kenny.
Okay. Sure. I don't know him that well. I should use his full name, both of them.
Should we throw Will in from Cartel as well? Because I think he wins every time.
We'll get back to you on that because I don't know any of their involvement in the songwriting duties. But if songwriting's excluded as a factor, which is unfair to begin with, so it's a flawed exercise. But
oh wait, Will is the singer and rhythm guitarist, not the bassist. Never mind. Take it
Tom,
back.
sometimes you just bring Cartel into the argument, and I feel like I've misresearched something, and sometimes I have. So you really got me worried about that type of stuff. Okay. Big stage in the background. You're like, oh, what's that? You learn later it's a collage of the postcards that
the
Tom brought
secrets.
Up. And Secret One. I mean, you said the premise. It's secrets the whole time. The band's playing. But I think what we're here to do today is take a look at what is an absolutely chaotic collection of confessions / secrets.
And the way it goes in the video is there is a person with their face obscured, usually by the postcard, just holding the postcard. So we're going to be recounting what it says on the postcards.
The postcards themselves are pretty nice little indie DIY. Like they have an interesting aesthetic. There's little, we'll get into them, but they're little pictures, little drawings, sometimes little sketches. Sometimes the people have bags over their heads, but that just might be an artistic choice. Not all of them do. They're not all men, they're not all women, they're not all this, they're not all that. But yeah, pretty quickly in, we're hit with Secret One. I want to go blind so I don't have to see them together. Thoughts on this dirty little secret?
Damn. Been there. I'll say that.
I would say this is the tone of a lot of them, and we'll see that keep coming up where it's mostly emo-ish, mostly pining, romance, things of that nature.
Yeah. On brand, for sure. I've been there too many times, actually. Too many times.
I don't know if I ever wanted to go blind, but maybe I've wanted to leave the planet. So
just be dead.
That's similar in the sense that I will have been able to no longer see the things on the earth. Yeah, I think it's the same. So yeah, I guess I've been there. Secret 2, I'm a virgin.
Been there.
We all technically have, except Jesus. No.
Wait, what?
Right? No. Original sin. No.
What?
Man, it's been a long time.
Mary never left there, is I think what you're looking for. Original sin. I was born not a virgin.
And also with your spirit. There's new phrases. It's been a while for me. Sorry, everybody. Okay. So understandable stuff. Some of these aren't even really I mean, I guess it's a dirty little secret, but there's no shame in that game. Secret 3. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I waste office supplies because I hate my boss.
Boss makes $1, I make $0.10. That's why I poop on company time.
Hey, my guy.
So
sometimes I like to cook with wine. Sometimes I put it in the food.
So I have never had an office job, but I've definitely.
Is this your favorite so far?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So like when I worked at Tesla, we would drive to a job site, do a job and leave. And we used to do like a 2-hour job and drag it out for like 8 hours. It was incredible. Because if we got done early, they would just give us another job and we didn't make money per job. So like we would stretch it out forever. And we've definitely taken some supplies home, some wrenches, some copper. I mean, yeah. So we've definitely taken some stuff from work because our boss was a dipshit.
One time I fell asleep at work. I was working at the Civic Center in Erie, and it was a job where I had to basically run boxes of frozen fries to this concession stands and tap kegs and, run the little syrup for sodas through the lines and stuff. And the back room where all the syrups and kegs were, I just laid down and was like texting with whoever at the time. And this guy, Butch, I think his name was, thankfully Victor didn't find me. He was the boss. But Butch was like, hey, man, what's up? I've been trying to radio you. Like I woke up, I was like, man, I don't know what to say other than this has never happened to me before. You could fire me. I'd understand for sure. Definitely. He's like, no, man, no, you're good. Just like, you're lucky I found you. That's all. Like, oh, thanks, man. But I was definitely like, had to, definitely owed him one for that. But that was probably the most I've ever stolen from an employer, I got to say, was however long I slept next to the soda syrup for a minute while the Erie Otters were ripping it up on the ice against the Canadian swine from up north.
So I've never like stolen anything like big from work, mostly time. Actually, just 2 quick memories, not to be crass, but there was a time in between jobs where I came home and my wife and I made love while I was still on the clock. And that felt sick to get paid to have sex.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Yeah. I think getting paid to do that would be, well, I think that's definitely a Pandora's box that I personally don't want to put on the show. But for this specific instance, I imagine it felt rather nice.
So there was that. I've also, when I was like starting my podcast production company, I would bring my laptop to jobs. So many times I would like be a passenger in our work van and be editing, getting paid for 2 jobs at once. That was super cool too. Nice.
Okay. So this guy, this is, I had a feeling, I think one might top this for you later, but this was an early vote getter in my head anyway, for Tom's favorite dirty little secret. Secret 4. We're just cruising through the first verse at this point. But they're coming in at not like rapid pace, but you get the sense pretty early that this is pretty much just what it's going to be. Secret 4. I haven't spoken to my dad in 10 years and it kills me every day. Very, very sad.
Yeah, I wonder what part is the secret, that he is upset about it?
Yeah, maybe there's...
It's super sad either way, though, man. Jeez.
It's the juxtaposition is a little jarring on some of these, where it's like, I like to steal staplers from work. And it's like, I haven't talked to my dad ever. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's... just as to troll Tyson Ritter on Twitter, I'm going to say that was his decision and not the director's or whatever. It's like, man... I don't know about you, Ritter, you Oklahomans. Secret 5. We get our first person with a bag over their head.
Oh.
Yeah. Everything I told her, and there's an illustration of a psychiatrist nearby on the card, was a complete and total lie. 3 exclamation points.
Ooh. Man, therapists don't come cheap. That's a...
Yeah.
That's a big big little secret.
That's Tom's... that's a delightful takeaway. It's like, that's an expensive, pointless secret. Like,
you spend $100 an hour just to talk shit. Like,
or just like, they'll never know me. Also, they made a ton of money off me at the same time, unless it was like court ordered or something. I'm not really sure what the situation might have been. But
it could have. Oh, it reminds me of Michael Scott in The Office when he's talking to Toby, like he is ordered to do the 4 sessions with Toby. Remember that?
Yes, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, big fan of the show. It's the best.
No longer on Netflix. Anyways, yeah, what's next? What do you want next?
Oh, sorry. Yes, no. So I think this is an odd, dirty little secret to use 3 exclamation points on. If you go back and watch, some of these have like exclamation points, like
he's proud of
everything
it.
I told her was a complete and total lie. It's like, what are you proud of?
Menacing laughter.
Therapy can be very useful. That's a strange one.
All right, friends, just one more quick moment to thank our Patreon supporters in our top tier, the Emo Elders. We call them our Council of Elders. In this group, we have Andre Prevost, Johnny Leftwich, Jason Carey, Chris Lukey, and Anonymous. Thank you all seriously so much for supporting this show. To the degree that you are, it is truly incredible, and it really helps us out a lot. And we are here for you as well. Please let us know what you're looking for in our Patreon. We are happy to make this a fun experience for ourselves and everyone involved. If you'd like to check out our Patreon and find the post shows, bonus videos, behind the scenes photos, all that kind of stuff, you can head to patreon.com/reminiscence. Thank you so much, everyone. Back to the show.
Secret 6, when I eat, I feel like a failure. Some of these come out of absolute left field as total gut punches. Some of these are insanely deep.
Yeah, and this is where, the donations to the hotlines can really, I feel like, go a long way.
Well, that was a nice thing to learn because, coming at some of these with a fart punk comedy tilt or attitude or expectation on the viewer's part, you're like, ooh, office supplies. Oh, this is going to be good. Like, what's your little, but dirty little secret? How dirty? But then it's like, no, this is actually very helpful for a lot of people, and they were able to donate money, which is like super cool, and also informs the third to half of them that are pretty deep.
Yeah.
Secret 7. I had gay sex at church camp 3 times.
Hell yeah. Stick it to the
while
man.
the getting's good. Summer camp stories. We're out. I think that's why the show Big Mouth is so successful. It's just like, hey, we've all gone to camp, and hopefully it was nice for the both of you. Secret 8, I pee in the sink. Question.
Like every
time? This one, I don't know. That's a good question, but I also have
because I've peed in the sink.
Yeah, well, hey, who among us? You know what I mean? Who among us? Okay, so I saw like a shit post meme that was basically going on and on about how peeing in the sink is secretly or not so secretly a very water efficient way to get rid of your own personal liquid waste, assuming that you like have a very sudsy hand washing sesh after, and like the sink itself would be disinfected. Like, is this a Captain Planet move or nah? Because is this a dirty secret or just like where the world's heading in terms of water shortages and like a forever warming global changing climate universe we're living in?
The one time I peed in the sink, I was sneaking in very late, like well beyond when I was supposed to be home. I think I was like with one of my first.
You were sinning?
No, I was not sinning. I was with a girl, my first love. It was late.
Sounds like a sin. It's got the starter pack of a sin, that's for sure.
And I got home late. It was like senior year of high school, and the only bathroom in the house was right next to my mom's room. So I snuck into the basement and I tried to pee into the utility sink, but it was really high. I brought in a chair from the other room and stood on the chair in order to pee into the sink. But it was in the unfinished part of my basement. Like all of the rafters up there, like the joist and like the subfloor from the floor above was like covered in spider webs. So I was standing on a chair peeing to the sink while bending over to the left like an L shape so that my head wasn't in the spider webs. And it was the worst peeing experience, but I didn't have to flush the toilet, so I got away with coming home late that day.
I have a lot of thoughts, and a lot went down in that basement. I'm assuming it was the west side of Erie house, not the west side of the house. Gotcha.
Also, I had a huge private backyard. Why didn't I just pee outside? Anyways.
Yeah, I think like when you look back at some of the childhood stuff, it's like, I just don't know what to tell you.
One time I also did pee out of the second story window onto the driveway.
Oh my God, dude. I was at a sleepover once when a kid, we were teens, was just let it rip from the second story window. I was like, what the are you doing? like, not that I'm holier than thou. I've definitely, urinated in my life 100%, totally have peed. But that caught me off guard a little bit. I got to say, I was like, okay, this is like full send on the pee. Like you could hear it pretty loudly because there was so much time for it to fall on the grass below. It's like, I don't know if it was a power move or
its terminal velocity on the way.
It's kind of like as if we were being tested, like someone was in a different room watching us. Like, okay, now our test subject is peeing. How are the children reacting? Billy, Bobby, Pat, Marcus don't seem to be reacting at all. Jenny, no. But it was just like they seem to be moderately perturbed. All right, he's still going. Tell him to go minute 30. Let's see where they are at 50 seconds in. Anyway.
There's a couple things. Since the episode's already running kind of long, that I want to discuss in the post show for the Patreon supporters. I want to go deeper into some of these things for sure.
Yes, yeah, okay. So we'll go through a little more quickly about some of these. Secret 9. I'm a peaceful person who happens to be filled with violent rage.
Yeah,
this was written by Tom, which also means that you're not a peaceful person, I guess. But
that's the secret. Everyone thinks they're this shaman.
How often is that super secret? People who say that kind of thing. Like,
oh my God,
I'm peaceful. I'm just like, sometimes I get mad. It's like you're not peaceful, and it's very evident. First chorus comes in. Okay, yeah. Here's a question. A step aside from the secrets, real quick. Don't tell anyone, or you'll be just another regret. Is the general idea here that the narrator is the villain? Like, is that?
Whoa.
Do we know, or is the spurned lover the villain? Because the bridge, we'll get into it later. Maybe I just want to plant that seed. You don't have to answer now, but I guess I always assumed that the narrator here was the bad guy or girl.
It depends on how conservatively they use the word little in the secret, because this could be a violent crime they've committed. Or are you just talking about something completely different?
No, I'm just mean like, it doesn't seem like both parties want it to be a dirty little secret, their relationship.
The relationship is the secret.
Yes.
Oh. I'm bad with lyrics, Pat. Can I actually tell you?
Yes.
Up until today, for 15 years, I thought the lyrics were, I'll tell you my dirty little secret. And the lyrics are, I'll keep you my dirty little secret. Like, he's not telling anyone, he's keeping it. And that brought me down to, this song is 100% the opposite of what I thought it was.
Well, I'll skip ahead to the part of the bridge and then we'll zip to the rest of the secrets. But I did want to get a Genius Lyrics shout out in this particular song. Had to consult. I was like, well, is the narrator the douchebag? I don't know. So it's eating me apart. Trace this line back is how the bridge ends. And it's a very move along album line, even if it's too dramatic for the pop song they've written itself. But it fits. It's fine. It's a good song. But anyway, that line suggests that the narrator is the one who wants to go public, even though the rest of the song, he says he doesn't. So here's Genius Lyrics. Let's drop some knowledge, okay? Quote, it's killing him not to tell anyone his secrets. He may actually have real feelings for her and wants the relationship to be public, and it hurts that they have to keep hiding, end quote. Delilah.
Oh my God.
So I don't know how much sympathy I have or you have. Tweet at us at _reminiscentfm. Is the narrator in this song is a bad person? Because do we get a little bit of Genius Lyrics bridge love and be like, oh, well, he's going, everyone's been a teen, everyone's been young, It's like, no, I think he's just like been the perpetrator of the one wanting to keep it a secret for the whole song. So I'm like, are we rooting for this person? I don't know. I would say no, just because he's like, it's eating me apart. But it's like, well, you had multiple chances to be. I don't know. I don't know if I'm buying it. I don't know if I'm buying it.
Well, there was something in the Wikipedia about, and I really sympathize with this, I guess. At this point, when they were writing this album, they were like in long-term relationships and like everything was pretty okay. So there was like no drama to write about. So they were just kind of like writing fiction. And this song was like part of that. So maybe they got a little disconnected from the meaning in the narrative fiction writing process.
Okay. It wouldn't be the first pop song that contradicted itself, that's for sure.
Right. I mean, or it's complicated. We'll say
hey, if it's a Facebook label, it's what relationships can be. File it. Next. Okay. Secret 10, she cheated. File that to the romancy stuff as far as the secrets go. Hey, heyo, hello. Secret Doctor. Okay, Secret 11. I make fun of, okay, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite, and it's not close. Secret 11. I make fun of fat people, but my mom is huge.
Jesus Christ.
The word huge and mom are so like with a Crayola marker accentuated on the postcard in the video. It's like delightful subway graffiti or something, but he's like, I make fun of fat people, but my mom's huge. Like,
how huge is she?
I know. I guess the question is, have you ever seen anyone mom joke themselves? Like, and why would the weight of your mom make you lash out at, like, I don't know. Now, the more I talk about it, the more I feel bad for this person, because I thought it was just silly earlier, but now I'm like, maybe he doesn't know how to tell his mom that he's worried about her health. Okay, never mind. Now I feel like it's less funny. But when I saw this on the surface, when I watched for the first time to get prepped for this episode, my immediate reaction was, or we tweeted from the main account, this is an utterly chaotic music video. What a strange secret. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? Now I want to move along because now I feel bad for this person.
Yeah, I think on the surface it's funny, but as you dig down, people are very there's examples I don't want to use because it's too real. People that are intolerant of people who represent the version of themselves that they hide from the world, right? Maybe there's some of that there, right?
Yeah, my bad for being short-sighted and thinking that was humorous. Because the more we dig into the serious nature of most of these, it's like, well, you don't want to be, we've all got our stuff. That's I think the thesis statement of this video. We've all got our stuff. But okay, Secret 12. I wish I was the other twin.
Ooh,
any sibling stuff you want to unpack? You want to keep moving?
That is rough. I've definitely wondered that. I don't want to talk about anything personal. I've definitely wondered if there's twins who feel that way, for sure.
Are you a twin? Tweet at us at _M_. That'd be a crazy thing to have, like, someone that is you, but for there to be any difference in perceived societal success at all, it has to be incredibly insane to have to even live through that. I mean, just siblings alone, sibling rivalries. I mean, there's a phrase for it. Can you imagine if that sibling was you? That's insane. Okay. Secret 13. I hate feeling alone.
Sure.
Word up. Secret 14. I'm only dating her to get to her sister.
Damn.
Turn up the heat.
That's a dirty medium-sized secret for sure.
That is more than medium. Yeah, that's big time. Big time dirty. Okay, what the was that? Sorry, everybody, for everything, as always.
Reminiscent podcast. Big time dirty.
He's big time, I'm dirty, and you're here to talk about some pop punk.
Reminiscent with Big Time and Dirty. Ooh, it's so wet.
So many secrets. Okay. Secret 15. I'm afraid to take it to the next step. Question: is this necessarily romantic? Because the postcard has a picture of feet in the sand. Next step in career, relationship. What's your best guess here?
Ooh, I mean, it could be anything. I definitely feel that way in my own career, for sure. The place I need to go, I feel like that's a much bigger responsibility. So scary.
I didn't just exhale through my nose laughingly at you talking about your own career. I just kept thinking about the sidekick on that radio show, The Dirty. Who would live a life like that? And I want to watch that movie now, and maybe we'll have to write another screenplay. We'll add another thing we're not going to write to the list of things we want to write. I'm sorry for interrupting, but who are you, Dirty? Who are you?
We'll cast him in the post show. Big Time and Dirty. Okay.
Welcome to the late night with Big Time and the Dirty. Okay. It's in New Orleans somehow. I just have a feeling our Twitter follower Jeremy could help us out with any of that Louisiana type radio stuff.
Twitter follower. He's a dear friend.
dear friend. Hey.
How dare you
hey.
demote him like that?
I didn't demote shit. Our Twitter followers are sacred. All right.
Okay, what's next?
Secret 16. I miss feeling close to God.
Oh, cannot relate.
Secret 17. I hate people who remind me of myself.
Yeah, I think this goes back to, similar enough to the mom thing.
Yeah, interesting. This took a different path. I was expecting this to be fart punkier, but it is an interesting journey in itself. I thought it was chaotic, but there's actually a very big through line to the human spirit in this video.
It's almost as if we're all the same deep down.
Ah, man.
There's tons of people like this who
you,
don't have
me,
the
dirty. There's something that binds us. I will say this. I hate when people say they know someone who reminds them of me. It bugs me for some reason. I'm like, I bet they suck. I bet they're awful.
Yeah.
Sorry. I feel like I'm sorry to everybody, but I don't know. That. I don't like it. I don't like, that's a very weak moment for me. It's just like, well, them. Like, I don't care. Them. I bet they're worse. Okay. That's how I feel. Sorry. We're all flawed, I suppose. Okay. Next. Secret 19. Sorry. Worked myself into a shoot and I'm sorry. Secret 19. Much more serious. Another very serious. 3 years ago, I tried to kill myself. Now I'm 18 and people say I'm happy, but I still want to die. And the notes here are, some of these are heavy, but they've all been heavy from the jump. We're learning now that we read them out loud and kind of work through them.
Yeah.
Secret 20. I'm afraid no one will ever love me as much as my dog Charlie does.
Oh, man.
Quick shout out to Charlie the dog.
Yeah. Good boy.
Relatable fear, though, I would have to say.
When my dog Levi passed away, we knew pretty shortly afterwards that Megan was pregnant. And I told her, I was like, I'm afraid I'm not going to love this kid as much as I love my dog. Like a legitimate fear. I'm afraid I'll never love anyone as much as I love Levi. I have like kind of the equal but opposite fear.
Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of like people joke about, stand-up comedians joke about it all the time. I forget whose bit it was. The general fear that like you bug them about you don't love me. Like, I can think maybe it's Pete Davidson or somebody like that, but just like you bug them about, no, you don't really love me, until they actually don't, and then they leave and you're like, oh, why am I alone all the time? It's just like you can't believe it yourself, so you kind of drive the person away until it's a self-fulfilling prophecy of sorts. Okay. We talked about the bridge a little bit. Let's just keep running through secrets because I think we're running long. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
Secret 21. Sometimes I think my fiance isn't the one. More than a little dirty secret there, I think.
Yikes.
I think that one's got a little extra juice. Little different than stealing office supplies. Okay, secret 22. Sometimes I fake empathy to get people to like me. That's a dirty little secret.
Yeah.
That's like, oh shit, that's juicy there.
That's both of those back to back are.
I know. We're post bridge, just bringing the heat. Secret 23. I'm afraid of naked women, and it's not immediately clear who's holding the card in the shot. But there is a cartoon of a naked woman on the card. So this is something
that needs to be discussed, even though we're running long. So this company that has these postcards, I'm assuming these are originals that were supplied to the band through the company. In the Wikipedia, it said this whole music video was shot with random people downtown in Allentown. So I think that the people holding these postcards are not the keepers of the secrets.
Gotcha.
So maybe it doesn't matter who's holding the card. It's just like a prop for the card itself. But either way.
Interesting.
Either way.
Okay, so that would not have informed it anyhow. Secret 24. I leave poetry in library books. Interesting.
I wonder, the gravity of the secret hinges on, do they write on the book itself or do they leave like slips of paper in the book?
Yeah, because one's a crime. And we don't really, we're not super cool with that. We're not like super, like, no, it's chill, dude. It's chill, but like we would report it. But like, no, it's like so chill. Like it wouldn't even matter, but like.
Not Liddy fam.
It reminds me, there's that podcast about the White Stripes, and they say Jack White used to be a refurbisher of furniture, and he'd leave little early poems on the wood before he would put fabric over it. So some people, they just want to put poetry into the world. Good for those people. Kind of a nice thought. Yeah. unless you're defacing the book, because like, no, it's like not a big deal, but like I'd say something, but like I wouldn't like say, like I'd want it to, like it's not, no, it's chill though. Okay. Secret 25. I love you so much, but I can't tell you! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. That's emo music in a sentence.
Send it.
I love you so much, but I can't. Yes, the world's burning. Send it. Secret 26. And this one is another one of those where it's like you're happy that this music video represented helping people and, you know, partnering with this company that did the postcards to begin with. Quote, I feel ugly because I'm half black, half white, end quote. The weight of that is something I certainly couldn't understand.
Yeah. Can't even pretend to imagine how that feels. Logic had a very good verse about this though. And it I'll link it in the show notes. It offered a little bit of insight into how hard that must be to be in the eyes of different cultures, not enough of one, too much of the other. I can't imagine how difficult that would be.
Secret 27. I cheated on my SAT and I got a scholarship. This got my vote for Tom's actual favorite, even though the stealing from the bus would have been very dear and dear to your heart. I think this is probably your favorite secret. Am I right?
It's really good. First of all, the American education system. Like, this is just being entrepreneurial, I guess. But SATs are bullshit. Our whole school system is bad. So it. Get your money.
Yeah, I took it 3 times, and the third time I only took the math section because I thought I could get a few better points. So I just like ate snacks and drew in the writing section. I didn't write anything. I just drew like a bunch of Homer Simpson faces or something. Because at that point I knew I was just trying to shave like, or get like an extra 20 or 30 points to like hit like a scholarship threshold, because I already knew I was going to Ohio U at that point. So it was really just like worth the money to take it once more to save like money in the, how I knew their scholarships were ranked. Anyway, not important. Secret 28. I thought I was in love with him. Similar to the fiance one. A lot of pining, but also like regretted while in the relationship. Dirty little secrets here today.
Hey, you know what? I've had that dirty little secret.
Hey, oh, hello, doctor. Secret 29. It's a picture of pills with the text, quote, I take more than the suggested dose, ...
This might be Parker Cannon writing in for this one.
I don't get the reference, unfortunately.
Proper Dose, the story so far. The song you were saying.
Damn. The song I claim to love.
I defy a proper dose because I'm alone and I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Man, I didn't know the person's name. I feel like...
Yeah.
I say like just now, I feel like a poser for the first time. Secret 30. I love only 2 of my 3 children.
Legitimately, again, a big fear of mine. What if
I'm sure it's very
just
common.
hate my kids?
I'm sure it's very common, honestly. Humans are flawed creatures. I think this has been a sobering exercise. Like, we came out pretty hot at the start, but now I'm kind of like, ooh, what are the next secrets? I'm like, oh my God. Okay, Secret 31. I'm in love with my best friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you
oh,
go,
yeah.
bud.
Hey-o.
Now
Doctor.
you're a teen.
Hello. Secret 32. I'm afraid to answer the telephone.
Yeah,
you and
dude.
every generation below Gen X, I think. I don't think people leave voicemails anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Secret 33. People think I've stopped lying, but I've just gotten better at it.
Damn. It's a dirty little secret within
That's a
many
dirty
little
secret.
secrets.
Oh my God, the ultimate dirty little secret. That might be the dirty little secret. Whoever wrote this was the woman that was bleeding on the ballroom floor just for the attention off of a fever you can't sweat out. Secret 34. I know it really stinks, but I like the smell of my own poop. Oh,
wait,
okay.
read that again in case anyone
it's
missed it.
Okay. This and the mom one is why I thought these were, is why the claim was made early that this is just a chaotic exercise, which it is, but it's also like there are, as we've learned, benefits, and it's like, anyway, yes, Secret 34. I know it really stinks. Which, there's so many layers to those first 5 words. But I like the smell of my own poop. And there's a picture of a toilet with little roses in the bowl. We have a winner, I think, is for my personal favorite, because I don't think the mom one is as funny as I did when I first saw it after thinking about it for a moment. But that's an interesting dirty little secret. That is putting the dirty in dirty little secrets, I gotta say. Secret 35. My family's rich, but I shoplift. Every day.
I've got a story that will be reserved for Patreon about this one.
Okay.
I've only shoplifted a couple times for the thrill of it, and one time it went about as wrong as it could have. So
typical rich family.
Yeah, my rich ass family.
Secret 36.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Secret 36. I have more body hair. Like, it should be said that when you grow up in Erie, if you say you grew up in a rich family, that limits you to like 5 families in the town, so you know who we're talking about.
That made 60K.
It seemed like such an obvious joke for Tom and I to sit here and riff about. But anyway, yeah. Secret 36. I have more body hair than any woman should.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, that was it.
It flips back through a lot of the you know, but quickly you can't really read them, but then you're like, oh, these are the same ones. And then it pans away or trucks away or rolls away from the band. The camera does.
It dollies away.
Sure.
There you go.
It starts to hit a weird tone towards the end as the camera goes towards the ground. And then it kind of fades out.
Tilts down. It tilts. It dollies and then tilts.
Dollies and Tilts is the name of the band we had in high school. It would have been cooler than the one we had, actually, weirdly. Dollies and Tilts. Okay. Let's just say this. This was a high budget video that, wow, I'm actually speechless after reading those all out loud. That's quite the range. Because the poop one is funny. Right. But that's not like the overarching theme. Did you have any questions? Any untied knots before we ran long? I think there was 30 freaking dirty little secrets in that video.
Yeah. I do want to ask this question. So these are secrets that people sent in on a postcard. So I want to ask you the question, is it still a secret if it has been told, but it still remains anonymous? Like, is it only a secret in its anonymity, but so it's still a secret if you tell about the deed, but not who did it?
I think we're blurring the lines of what like CIA operatives or like spies, international spies deal with. Cause at a certain point it's intelligence gathering, I suppose. But if the person it's being kept from doesn't know, then it still counts. Like, chalk that up to a barstool confession or something. Just like, you know, I don't know. But I would say yes. If the person who doesn't know what they need to know, like the dad who hasn't talked to that guy, or the family members who aren't aware that one person loves to smell their own poop that much, like these are things that I don't know. But yeah, I would say it's still a secret, even if someone random knew. But I guess the larger point might be that it gives these people peace. Takes a little weight off their chest to say it to somebody, even if it's a postcard in an All-American Rejects music video. So maybe it makes it less of a secret in that sense, because at a certain point, I think it's more damaging to the person who's holding it. It just burns and keeps and festers to a certain point, I'd have to imagine. But there's such a wide range. Some of these aren't secrets. Some of these are just like, I don't know. They come in many shapes and sizes, I guess.
You know what I just thought of? If it's a postcard, that can perceivably be seen from every different mail sorting location with the USPS. Because, like, it's not, unless it's within an envelope. Otherwise, the secret is just in plain view while it's being shipped across the country.
Yeah.
Also, you must not put your return address.
But let's think of the case of the lady who didn't love her fiance. I mean, if the fiance doesn't know this, then it's still a secret, I would say. Sure.
Even if everyone knows except that one person. Because when it's like, oh, hey, Pat, someone I know is having a baby, and you're like, what, is it this person? And I say, yes. It's not a secret. However, if you never found out who the person was. So it's as long as you can't connect it with the originator, I guess.
I don't know. It depends who's keeping what from who, which is tricky business, being a human being, as it turns out.
Because if everyone, it's only... yeah, that's hard. I guess it depends on it.
Hey, we're running long, but I have one last question. You want to get to the bottom of secret keeping real quick?
Okay, song of the week. The post show is going to run an hour long.
Yeah,
too.
it's gonna. I thought this was just gonna be fun. Like, oh, look at the poop smell guy. Isn't this a fun episode? But we are gonna have to navigate the waters of that one as we edit. Okay. Man, I need to exhale from that for a second. If you have your song, by all means, step up to the plate and deliver the selection.
Yeah, I have a song of the week. Illenium Dabin? I never heard of that person. And Lights put out a single called Hearts on Fire. It's pretty good. I've been enjoying it. So that
nice.
one.
Sure. I don't know. I think I did one off this album before, but they were on SNL since. Give me Brooklyn Bridge to Chorus, breaking a rule of the show here, but by The Strokes on their 2020 album, The New Abnormal. I don't know. Strokes are pretty solid, and they had a pretty good SNL performance. I liked it.
Okay, cool.
Not goo goo gaga over the Strokes, as we've said multiple times on the show, but it's a pretty good effort. I thought it was pretty good, solid. I like it.
Cool beans. Well,
I don't love the Strokes, Tom. Okay.
Thanks for being here, everyone. Tweet
That's
us
my little dirty
your
little
dirtiest
secret.
little secret.
My dirty secret is the Strokes are pretty good.
All right.
Love you, everybody.
To the post show. Love you, man. Love you all.
Love you.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you so much to everyone who is here and listening to this episode. It was a really fun one to record, and there is so much insanity going on in the post show on our Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/reminiscent. But most importantly, hit us up on Twitter at _reminiscentfm. Have you ever peed in a sink? Have you ever sent a postcard into Post Secret? We'd love to hear your stories. Thank you all so much. We truly love each and every one of you. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Yeah. Get it in while the getting's good, I suppose. Hopefully. Sorry. Take the joke out.
I'm definitely going to take that out. Jesus Christ. Was this a...
Oh, no. We can't use this. We can't use it.